Okie dokie, what is up, guys? The Jedi here, and today is today. September 28th. Eagles and Steelers got done. Yeah. But first things first, before we start football, the Pittsburgh Pirates, let's actually acknowledge the fact that they have at least been able to win the series in their last final minutes of these games. So they they're 1-2 right now versus the Atlanta Hawks, with the Hawks leading by 1. The Pirates, they failed on their 8th ending attempt. Right now it's the Braves. 5th in their division as usual. But Mets haven't clutched yet. Everything is still the same, but that keeps popping up. Alright, so American League. The American League East, Blue Jays, Yankees, and the Boston Red Sox have clutch. Guardians, Tigers clutch. And the stupid Seattle team, the Mariners. Stupid name. Astros did not make it. I'm surprised. So 6 teams has made it on the American League side, and the National League. The Mets are trying to get in. They're kind of tied with the Cincinnati Reds. So yeah, it's either between the Reds or the Mets. If the Reds make it into the playoffs, this is a bad reputation for the Pirates. But again, the Pirates, we'll talk about Pirates another time though. But the Phillies are smoking hot right now. They actually are in the bye, second place bye, while whoever they play is in the wild card. So the teams that are in the wild card, and whoever comes out of the wild card will play the Phillies. Right now, Dodgers or Mets are looking to be in the matchup of the wild card, and then I believe. Or actually, matter of fact, I'm not sure what's going on right now, actually. Not sure. Cubs and Padres. Yeah, Cubs and Padres. Mets. Or the Reds or... Yeah, Mets or Dodgers, or Reds or Dodgers. Could be interesting. Dodgers beat a team... a New York team for the championship last season, so I wouldn't be surprised if they play the Mets, if the Mets somehow clutch. But enough baseball. I'll have some baseball. Actually, no, yeah, I'll do the Pirates baseball recap season tomorrow. Or maybe not tomorrow. Yeah, maybe tomorrow. I'll probably do that tomorrow. But anyway, let's get with the NFL. Let's get with the Pittsburgh Steelers first, and then we will head on to the game that might actually be in a playoff of this season. So, the Steelers and the Vikings. Let's check it out. Eyebrows itching. Okay, and also TJ Watt got his interception. We are not going to look at any highlights, but the team stats. So let's look at the team stats. Steelers got 6 sacks on Carson Wentz. Carson Wentz was the starting quarterback for the Vikings. For those that did not know, J.J. McCarthy is hurt. I believe he is expected to be back when the Vikings play the Eagles. That was a rumor I have heard during the Steelers and Vikings game today. So, yeah, the Steelers got to Carson Wentz 6 times. They forced him to throw 2 interceptions. Steelers allowed 2 sacks, probably some hits to Aaron Rodgers, the retirement old school guy. Watch you say. I can't really think of any Aaron Rodgers jokes right now. But yeah, Aaron Rodgers goes for 200 yards, 18 of 22, 1 touchdown. Kenneth Gainwell, 99 yards, 19 carries, 2 touchdowns. Caleb Williams, 6 carries, 22 rushes of yards. Aaron Rodgers with his third carry, 8 yards, and Connor Hayward joined in as well. Aaron Rodgers fumbled, but got saved by the the offensive lineman for the Steelers. DK Metcalf, finally, 5 receptions, 126 yards, 1 touchdown. Kenneth Gainwell, 6 receptions, 35 yards. Darnell Washington joined. Calvin Austin. Others were trying to join, but Dave was just having a not so good of catching the ball. Drops, which could get worked on. But DK Metcalf, I am happy that he has gotten his 100 yards today as a Steeler. Peyton Wilson. He has 13 tackles, no sacks. Patrick Queen, a sack. Deshaun Elliott, a sack, an interception. Darius Slay, 5 tackles. He's doing good. Nick Herbig, a sack and a half. He has 5 tackles. TJ Watt has an interception, like I just mentioned earlier, with 5 tackles and a sack. And number 95, Benton, Keyu Benton, if I'm saying the first name right. But yeah, Benton has 4 tackles to a sack and a half. And Boswell had one of his kicks blocked, but he goes 1 field goal for 2, and he puts up 6 points. Punter doing good. Kind of, but yeah. So let's talk about the score now for the Steelers that sacked Carson Wentz 6 times. You guys are probably wondering and probably asking a Steelers fan like me, well, I'm wearing my Eagles hat because I'm going to get into the Eagles in just a moment, but you guys are probably asking some Steelers fans, why did the Steelers have 24 points to 21 today versus the Vikings? Well, let's ask Mike Tomlin. So let's look at the stats. Again, Vikings led the total yards and passing yards because the Steelers defense, they just can't defend when it comes to passing. Now, like attacking the quarterback, yes, they can't really stop the run as much. But yeah, passing has been an issue for the Steelers. That's been the Steelers way throughout these past couple years. Passing on the secondary has been an issue. I do not know why. Carson Wentz should have not had no business in trying to come back versus the Steelers, which was almost a comeback. But as your typical Carson Wentz, he has 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. He's 30 of 46, 350 yards. That's more what Aaron Rodgers put up. And Jordan Mason, they kind of contained him today. But yeah, Justin Jefferson, 10 receptions, 126 yards. Jordan Addison, 4 receptions, 114 yards. And then you got other receivers putting in the work. So yeah, that's another reason why the Steelers had a little struggle trying to put the game away like they did. This guy, number 61 for the Vikings, Jaden Redmond, 2 sacks, make him the player of the game. But the Steelers, if you look at them right now, they're in the bye, so they won't be back until October 12th. That's against the Browns. We will look at the Browns in a little bit as well. And then on top of that, the Thursday prior, they have the Bengals in Cincinnati. And then they got the Packers on October 26th. This is a Sunday night on NBC. Colts, Steelers. I'm going to see these two games. I might see the Steelers and Browns. I have to check. If not, then I will not see the Steelers and Browns. Colts, Steelers. I'm not sure if I will see that. I know I will see this. So I will see the Chargers and Steelers because Chargers and Steelers have their own historic little matchup. I might see this game. I might see half of these Steelers games, but they're going to show the Steelers and Ravens. They're going to show that. They might show it. But yeah, the Steelers, it was nice to see the Steelers game today. Again. And they did the usual again, which is not put a team down. It was literally 24-14. They could not at least have a team down by a double-digit point. So that's another struggle. One scores, except when they got blown out by Seattle at home. But this is going to be an issue. This is going to be an issue. So hopefully the Browns, they don't do anything whack against the Browns. And Bengals might be a little tough one. So the Steelers are in first place. Ravens played the Chiefs, which is now 5:43. Browns are in last place. Bengals are in second place. Bengals, let's check them right now. They play tomorrow versus Denver. So let's see how Denver handles Cincinnati without Joe Burrow. They also have Jake Browning. So come back here into the stands. Standings. Browns are in last place. Let's look at them. They lost to the Lions, 34-10, after coming back against the Packers, which was pretty insane. So let's see what the Browns did today in their game versus the Browns. It took me to the Steelers and Browns. But let's see. Yeah, the Lions in their game versus the Browns. Let's go. And then on top of that, they have the Vikings on October 5th in London. So Joe Flacco has 2 interceptions. They look really bad. They look bad. Yeah, they look really bad for Joe Flacco. Dylan Gabriel looks like he didn't get any reps. But protection-wise is good. They've allowed it 3 sacks, which is not good, but protection's good still. 2 interceptions thrown. 2 interceptions thrown to 1 fumble loss. It was probably in one of the sacks they had. And yeah. So let's look at the NFL. So Cardinals beat the Seahawks beat the Cardinals. Steelers beat the Vikings. Falcons beat the Commanders. My friend is happy. Should be happy. Giants upset the Chargers. Jackson Dart has darted the Chargers, a loss. How's that for a joke? Texans zilch the Titans 26-0. Titans fans just want to die at this point. Eagles and Buccaneers. We're going to get to that. Let's actually get to that now. Actually, no. Matter of fact, Patriots beat the Panthers. Bills beat the Saints. And I already covered this already. Jaguars are beating the 49ers. So the 49ers don't do anything right now after halftime versus the Jaguars. The Eagles will be the undefeated team in the league once again, and back-to-back and a half plus years. They done it in 2022, 2023, and now they're doing it again 2025. So let's see how this game plans out. And then you got the Colts and the Rams playing. Colts are down by 3. And they're in their own territory. Well, actually, they're in the, oh no, they planted it away. Or I think they planted it away. Raiders are leading against the Bears 14-6. Packers play today. Chiefs are winning 20-7 in the second quarter. Dolphins and Jets, two of the baddest teams in the NFL right now. Then you got this game. Rams and 49ers, Thursday Night Football, October the 2nd. And the Eagles, let's get with them. Wait, where they at? Okay, so let's talk about this game. Eagles. As you can see, I got my Eagles hat on. They're 4-0. Buccaneers are 3-1. Good matchup, but not good still. Eagles took 2 sacks. Buccaneers took 2 sacks. So both defense played good. And remember, the Buccaneers, like I said in that preview video, they're in the same boat with the Eagles. Time possession, Buccaneers had it because they were trying to do their little magic. They could not. But fumble loss, interceptions thrown. They've led in all dominance of yards. But Jalen Hurts, yet again, has taken sacks against the Buccaneers. They could not get anything going on the passing side. So, he has 15 attempts out of 24. 15 completions out of 24 attempts, 130 yards, 2 touchdowns. 9 carries for 62 yards. Saquon Barkley, 19 carries, 43 yards, a touchdown. A.J. Dillon, 3 carries, 17 yards. And the rest right here are passing. Well, receiving, actually. Goddard has 2 touchdowns off of those little flips and short range to the end zone. Saquon Barkley. A.J. Brown has 2 receptions for 7 yards. Devontae Smith, 2 receptions, 28 yards. Cooper DeJean, 9 tackles. Zach Bond, a sack, and Moro Ojombo, a sack. And Campbell has an interception. So good. That's good for the Eagles defense. I mean, if you look here, I said that the Eagles had an 85% chance in winning in Week 4, which is today, and they did. Buccaneers had a 95% chance to win Week 4, which they also did. So both teams had an even side. And these were almost the final scores that I predicted. Buccaneers could have won this game by 35-26. Or no. Yeah, they could have won the game something like this. They could have also won it something like this, 30-27. But the Eagles had a chance to blow out the Buccaneers, did not. This could have been the score, 30-21, 28-19. They didn't do that. They really had them down. So, to tell the truth, blah, 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 blah. As you can see, well, since Week 4 is done, the Eagles are 4-0, like I said again. The Buccaneers have won 6 of 2 in the last 7 meetings versus the Eagles. A.J. Brown, 5 receptions, 99 yards, and a touchdown. That did not go as planned, so sucks to be me if I was voting for A.J. Brown. Well, if you were voting for A.J. Brown. Saquon Barkley, 10 carries, 90 yards. Did not get nowhere near 90 yards, but he does have a touchdown. And he almost had 10 carries. Jalen Carter, 2 sacks, 7 tackles. That's actually, see, did he get any tackles? Did he? He only has 1 tackle. What about Jordan Davis? Oh shit, my computer is dying. Let me put a charger. Alright, perfect. So Jordan Davis has 1 tackle himself. So literally nothing went to plan that I voted. Alright, so Jalen Carter does not have 7 tackles. Neither of these 2 players have 2 sacks. And Jalen Hurts has 1 touchdown pass. 2 touchdown pass, I should say. No touchdown runs. He doesn't have an interception. And I don't think he has thrown no interceptions at all this year. So that's, I think, one of the reasons why I think they're running the ball with Saquon. Hey, whatever they're doing is winning games, but they're winning it in crappy ways. So to get out of here, they're winning the game in crappy ways. But Hurts is taking sacks. He is taking the hits that he does not need to be taking in the literal process. And the sacks, again, he should not be taking sacks. But he has turned the ball over. He has had a fumble against the Rams. That was the turnover last week. But he has not thrown an interception. So that's something that might come. But I think that's the other reason why they don't want to throw it, because they don't want Hurts to blast interceptions. So that's why I think they focus on the run in the process. That's my assumption. But you got weapons that can make plays. They just don't want to force whatever it is that they're having. I don't know, man. But anyway, the Eagles, they have the Broncos on October 5th. Then on Thursday night, they have the Giants. In what? 4 to 5.5. Yeah, the 4.5 days prior. Then I got the Vikings after a huge break. The Sunday before. Well, going forward, actually. And then they got the Giants again. So, this is where the trickiness gets. Will the Broncos beat the Eagles? Or will the Giants beat the Eagles? And, I mean, Packers, Eagles, and Packers. I mean, that's the game to watch. Eagles and Lions, a game to watch. Again, since the Commanders lost, Eagles actually are just running away with everything. They're 4-0. Like I say again. Commanders are 2-2. Dallas is 1-2. Well, we will see until today when they play against the Packers. Giants 1-3. Well, they just won their game today. San Fran is trying to prove to everyone that they're going to go 4-0. So let's see if they can do it. Lions are back in first place. Packers are trying to splash into that. Vikings could not. Bears are having trouble right now with Las Vegas. If you look on the AFC side, the Bills are 4-0 in the AFC. Patriots are 2-2. Jets and Dolphins have yet to play. They'll play tomorrow. Chargers, they're 3-1. Raiders, they're 1-2. They could go 2-2 today. Broncos, they could go 2-2 tomorrow. And the Chiefs, they could go 2-2 today. So the Chargers are literally in somewhat of their control. But if they lose again, and if the Raiders or Broncos win next week, then, or no, if the Chiefs win next week, then they're going to take the lead. Steelers are in first place. Bengals could win tomorrow to keep up with the Steelers. So I guess it's going to be Steelers and Bengals depending on what Baltimore does. Cleveland has no business right now. So it's between the Ravens, Bengals, and Steelers to get to, swap this out. Colts are 3-0, but they're playing the Rams right now. Jacksonville. That's the third quarter, and they're at their... Okay. Alright, well, let's come here. The Texans, due to this... Let's look at the Titans. Titans got the Cardinals, they got the Raiders, they got the Patriots, they got the Titans, they got the Chargers. Alright, so I'm letting you know right now, for Titans fans that are probably watching this as well, if you know anybody that's a Titans fan, your best bet is to probably win against the Cleveland Browns or the New Orleans Saints of all teams. There's no way they're beating the Chiefs. There's no way they're beating the Niners, the Jaguars. Like, honestly, their whole division is going to sweep them. So they have a chance. I mean, they have a chance against the Patriots. So put your fingers crossed. And, yeah, they have a chance against the Patriots. Cardinals, I do not see. Raiders, I don't see. But Texans have shown what they can do today. So, it is what it is. But since the Steelers are on the bye, there's no need to talk about them right now. The Eagles. We got to talk about the Eagles. October 5th, Broncos. And they're at home. And then they're away for the next 2 games. And then they're at home again, October 26th. Then they're away against the Packers. They're at home versus the Detroit Lions. And then they're away against the Cowboys. They're home against the Bears. And then they're away against the Chargers. They're home against the Raiders. They're away against the Commanders and Bills. And then they're back home for the last game of the season, like they did last year. But again, I'm still skeptical about Commanders, Bills, and Commanders. They could lose. I don't know, but I'm a little skeptical about this. Giants could easily get a win in the process. But right now, Eagles and Broncos. What's to expect from the Broncos to go up against the 4-0 Eagles? Now, this is a rare rivalry and matchup. I mean, we could look at it next time I will do a video. But, or matter of fact, we can look at it right now. So now talking about this, let's look at the Eagles, Broncos. I just gotta put the history. Go here to the football database. And, well, it says here the Eagles have a 9-5 advantage. And it says it here as well. Alright, I want this off of here. Alright, so the Eagles are on a 2-win streak against the Broncos. The next matchup will be here in Philly. Let's see all games. Go to home games. They're on a 4-win streak against Denver. So Denver is 1-6 versus Philly. Let's see against the Eagles when they go to Denver, which will not be until after 4 years. The Eagles are 3-4 against Denver in Denver. So, go back to the home. This should be a sweep to the butt. Yeah, this should be a sweep belt to the butt. They spanked them in 2017. That was a Super Bowl year. But they're on a 4-win streak. And they haven't lost since 1986. So the Broncos could do something in the manageable. They could do something. But with that, let me actually go to the Buccaneers. Buccaneers are 13-12 against the Eagles right now due to this Eagles win today. Blah, 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 blah. The Eagles are lucky that the Buccaneers did not make that comeback. They almost made a comeback. So, let's go to Tampa. Tampa is 7-6 right now versus the Eagles. They were 7-5, but they've lost this game. So, these teams will meet in the playoffs again. I'm going to tell you this right now. The Eagles and Buccaneers will meet in the playoffs again. They will meet in the playoffs again. They will meet in the playoffs again. And the Steelers, we'll check the Steelers right now of their record versus Vikings. And then, yeah. I go here. By opponents. Check on my phone here. Let's where the Vikings at? The Vikings, here we go. So the series is tied between the Steelers and Vikings, 10-10. Steelers with this win today. The last time they've been on a good streak was 3. 2001 to 2009. Interesting. Let's see at home. Well, 2025 does not count. This was considered a secondary home due to them being in Ireland, but they're 7-4 against them at home. Let's see away. They are 6-3. No, they are 3-6 away. All right. Enough with this. But yeah, the Eagles are likely to see the Buccaneers in the playoffs. Not saying this will be the case, but if both of these teams can see each other again in the playoffs, so like I said, the Eagles, they will not escape the Buccaneers. I mean, again, they could play each other again next season. And yeah, that's basically. Is there something else? Yeah, that's kind of it. Honestly, I'm just yeah. I'm just bluffing at this point. I will, I guess, make a little follow-up, wrap-up video for the Pittsburgh Pirates And yeah. And with their alert, as we check them right now for the last time, let's see the score. They have lost. So that's it. That's it. That's it. Alright, so we checked the games for the Pirates. They won 2-1 against the Reds in their home turf. They've won 2-1 versus the Athletics, and then they won 2-1 versus the Braves. So they have made an effort to end the season with 3 series won against 3 teams. So that's good. That's really, really, really good if you're a Pittsburgh Pirates fan. I'm one myself, actually. So, that's it. That's it for baseball, for the Pirates. Yeah, that's it, honestly. But, like I said, I'll probably make a follow-up video for the Pirates. I'll probably not. I'll probably wait until the Phillies get to see what the Phillies do in the playoffs in the process. And on top of that, the 76ers is going to start their season back up very shortly. So, yeah. But as your host, the Jedi is out. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out.